What's up, traders? Frustrating Monday morning. Mondays are never really our best day to begin with, but knowing it's a short week, we only got 3.5 days of trading this week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, half day Friday for Thanksgiving. But just was not feeling it this morning. But with that said, let's get to it. So, you want to know how much I wasn't feeling it this morning? Well, I didn't hit record either. So, granted, there really wasn't much to look at. We'll start here on CF just because it's the one I already have up. This one had a pretty decent pop at the open with some volume. We ended up getting short when we felt the jiggle over that 35.50 area, and it ended up being a nice trade. Again, we weren't feeling it this morning, knew that this week might be kind of a weird week, and we decided pretty early, not early, I meant very last minute, that we were going to just try to possibly go about half share size. But what I ended up doing, instead of going half share size, I ended up still using the same buttons, but in order to get the half share size, what I ended up doing was looking for basically the full move instead of half the move, and that was kind of my way of cutting everything in half. But I was still aiming for that 0.33Q if at all possible, looking for that full move. But in reality, if you look at our CIIC trade when we get to it, this CF trade, technically we pretty much got to our take profit area just with half shares. But in reality, it was a hard one to take because we were looking for more of the move. The only one we didn't get there with was Big C. But as you can see, we ended up taking half off here, looking for this to continue down a little bit, and it did try. But ultimately ended up making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and we ended up stopping out at break even here on our remaining shares on CF. Going up to Big C, this one was frustrating. Because we tried, this one was the latest trade that we took, like latest in the morning, and we tried to be aggressive with this one, but at the same time, this was a lower float. I want to say it was like 23 million in the float. And on top of that, looking at the daily, I did not like it at all. It was bouncing off the bottom. So I basically said, I'm going to play this one, but I'm going to play it on the backside. And basically, I waited until I felt like we had the jiggle and then started the drop. And I was looking for a key area to break. It was that 72 area. We got in for the 72 break, and it ended up being around that 71.51. And so we were looking for this to we were looking for the 71.50 break after it went up through 72. So we got that. We looked like we were about to get that 71.50 break. We jumped in, and we did, and it immediately shot down towards 71. But again, our take profit, if we're looking for half the move, was right around the 70.50 area, and we put our take profit for the 0.33Q out at 70.51. As you can see, didn't quite get there, started the bounce, and we ended up taking a break even. So it was basically a risk-free trade, but as you can see, we did get some slippage on our exit, so we ended up taking a little bit of a red trade on this one. And of course, it goes up, gives us the old fake out breakout up at high of day, and then finally gives us the move that we were looking for originally. So a little frustrating on Big C. That was kind of the FU of today. And and then our last trade was down here on CIIC, and this one was a pretty good one. Again, we were being a little bit more cautious. This thing really ramped up and gave us a nice push up through 24, and yeah, it was just a solid trade. We actually hit it as it was. It felt like it jiggled there, and it was like 24.20, I want to say. And then as it was coming back down through 24, we hit the button, got in at 24.01, and it actually continued all the way up to 24.72. Was looking to add on the north side of 25, didn't quite get there, and then it just dropped. I mean, this thing absolutely tanked. I wish I would have had this one recorded because it was nice to see it. Kind of felt the bottom. Again, since we took half shares, really we got exactly what we were looking for here, actually more than we were looking for, but since we were still aiming for that 0.33Q, it was down closer to this area, down where it ended up, which was just a little bit hard to wait for, because as you can see, we did realize that it hit a bottom here. It shot all the way back up to this 23.50, and it kind of hovered there, but then ultimately failed. It failed again right after it shot up, and I was actually feeling really good about it, but then it kept testing 23. It tested it like 2 or 3 times, and finally on that last time it went through, we decided to take it off, assuming that this was going to try to go back up towards 24, and our stop would have been right there at 24 anyways. So I figured, why wait and give it, give back everything that we could take right now. And so that was what we did. Unfortunately, it went up to 23.50 or 23.20 and faked us out and immediately dumped down to where we were looking, which was around that VWAP area. So a little frustrating on the second take profit there on CIIC, but not going to be mad at the overall trades because the trading itself, CIIC, CE, or CF, sorry, these were good trades. Just took smaller share size. So I'm a little mad at myself for being scared to use regular share size just because I didn't fight through my emotions of being scared, I guess is the best way to say it. I was scared to lose money today because Mondays typically aren't my best day. And just with the holiday week, I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it, and that's my own fault for not trying to push through. Because just because I'm not feeling it doesn't mean that the probability of these trades working out isn't exactly the same. So that's something that I've been struggling with for a very long time, even back when I was playing poker. Just playing with that fear of losing can always be a problem, a setback, and it's something that I'm still working on, obviously, to this day, and we're just going to try to push through it. So as you can see, it is a little bit of a confidence booster to see the trades still work out. Big C is the only one that didn't quite work out, but again, we'll use this moving forward as a learning point, and that's all I got. So don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell after you subscribed, and if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.